Alaska, swarming in Atlanta, vultures out in B-More, in Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howling down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunching in Vancouver, Desperado shooting, the renegades on the loose, the hyenas looting, gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the fury swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party, baby girl, this party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party, baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Game day, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the ruckus. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Yeah. Third down is going down. Round the pound, oh, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat if I catch it, then I'm out. Fourth and inches gotta take. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The outer blow to draw them off sides.
Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to be comfortable behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Jay Yola shakes it. Oh my goodness, and Yola gets away. Jay Yola on the first play for Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. That's Odom, you've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-5 touchdown. Oh my word.
And tonight, SFL's rivalry night brings us to Atlanta, Georgia. The Queen City Corsairs going to bring you into Atlanta with a 6-1 record that they're towing Atlanta, sitting at 4-3, looking to hype themselves out in front of the home crowd. It is rivalry night. It's going to be happening next. It's the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Who's it going to be? Queen City or Atlanta? We find out now. Welcome in to Atlanta, Georgia. The Swarm looking to bounce back after a lackluster effort last week. They take on the high-flying Queen City Corsairs, or I should say the smooth-sailing Corsairs. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. Chris Curtis, along with former SFL champion from Season 9, it's Ramos Lynn. Ramos, Queen City, Atlanta, a tale as old as time in this league.
This is two teams that, this is two quarterbacks in AJ Caswell and Marcus Dunhill that have thrown a lot of interceptions, and the defenses are ball-hawking defenses. So it's not a question of whether we will have or not interceptions. The question is how many will we see.
And we have a couple of quarterbacks that can be prone to the interception bug, as well as Marcus Dunhill, top first-round pick in last year or in this season's draft, threw 4 last week against the ball-hawking Tulsa team. And then A.J. Caswell has his share of interceptions every now and then as well. So should be a good one as Atlanta trying to bounce back in that Southern Conference. And Queen City starting to roll, however, even with a 6-1 record. Still not even, or just about maybe top 3 in this league. We're ready for kickoff, though. Queen City is going to get the ball to start things off. It is on the tee, and we are ready for Rivalry Night presented by APN Music. Kickoff is up and away. It'll be returned from the 10-yard line. Get it to the 20 through the middle of the hash. Spin move attempt gets him out to the 29, and that is where A.J. Caswell and company will start this drive off. Taking a look real quick at the offense for Queen City. A.J. Caswell, the starting quarterback. Ash Odom is going to be the main tailback. Kyrie Tate, Debris Hudson, Chris Curtis, your 3-man tandem in the receiving core. And that is it for the offensive stars for Queen City as they get this started 1st and 10 from their own 28. Hand off Odom. Goes left side, taken down there pretty much immediately. And Ramos Ash Odom, one of the top backs in the league, he's going to have his work cut out for him against this linebacking core.
Yes, he will have, and at that time, that defense brought the safety in, especially to stop that power offense that, the Queen City Corsairs do at least 15 times each game. So it's going to be interesting to see how these safeties are able to contain the edges.
We'll get an intro for the Atlanta defense here in just a moment. 2nd down has Caswell throwing on 2nd down. Throws, and it's nearly picked off and going the other way. That was close, and we talk about a ball-hawking defense. Patrick Ketza nearly brought that one back.
Yeah, Patrick Ketza, the number 1 corner here in this defense. And, last week, A.J. Caswell had combined between interceptions and sacks more than completions. At 5 picks, 3 sacks against, and only 7 completions last week against Indianapolis.
Definitely wants to reverse that effort this week. Pump fake from Caswell and a drop pass. That is unfortunate. Odom's going to be kicking himself for that 4th down, and the Corsairs will punt.
And of course, they're looking a little bit jumpy here in the first drive. Dropped here by the running back. And, a very good stop here by Atlanta, who will have very good field position to start their first drive.
Good stop by the defense. They will get the ball for their quarterback, Marcus Dunhill, after the punt. Kicker standing on his own 13. Snap is to the right, but a good hard kick. Going to get it back to the 35-yard line. Juke move. He's got some room to run. He'll get to the 45. And that was a good run for the returner. Looks like that's LB Allen III returning kicks for them. Taking a look at the Atlanta offense real quick. Marcus Dunhill, as mentioned, top pick in this season's draft. BDG Hollywood, the elder statesman of this offense for Atlanta. Siege Falco, LB Allen III, and Boo Chisholm. Talking about another elder statesman for this Atlanta offense. That's it for your stars on offense for the Swarm as they have 1st down, trips left, hand off to Hollywood. He got a little bit of room to run. He will get 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
And it's very important to see which offense, which running attack is able to, impose their will against the opposing defense. Queen City Corsairs rushing defense is very stout. They obviously have Jeff Duffy at the defensive end, sealing the edge. So it's going to be very tough for this offense to run into the edges with a defensive end as talented as this one.
Don't look now, but Dunhill has empty backfield. He avoids the sack, thrown and swatted down. That was close. Queen City nearly brought that back on a pick 6. That was Achilles. No, I'm sorry. Actually, that was a backup that came in and took that ball away. That was very, very close. Queen City's defense, real quick, while we have them. Leroy Jenkins, Oscar Dunkley, going to be your cornerbacks. Zane Doty and Achilles Frank, going to be your free safety combo. And that's Nacho Sicario also in there as a strong safety. Avery King, outside linebacker, and Jeff Duffy is going to be your defensive end. So we are ready to go on 3rd down towards the right. Caught and short of the 1st down. Atlanta is faced with a 4th and 2. And they will punt after Siege Falco's catch.
You know, that was a nice route. However, you know, good job by the defender on pushing him out of bounds before the first down marker. And, you know, it's a good call. You have to punt the ball, although they might try it.
I mean, they're in field position to do it. Could be interesting to see if they try it. Otherwise, they're trying to draw him offside. We'll see. Offside I formation at the moment. 4 on the defensive line for Queen City. Yeah, and indeed, they're just trying to draw him off. So Atlanta will call a timeout. They will indeed punt, try to pin the Corsairs deep in their own end.
Yeah, I mean, you're at home, so you might as well try it. But, you know, I think that, you know, your defense played really well this past series. I think that you just had to punt the ball here without, you know, trying to draw him offside. Obviously, you want to capitalize off a good 3-and-out that you got. But, you know, I think that you have to actually just keep your timeout and punt the ball away.
All right, going to take a look here at the 4th down. Queen City man's deep, trying to get this ball back out of the shadow of their own end zone. We'll see how far you can get. Snap is a good one. Kicked from his own 43. And it'll bounce at the 10. To the 3, to the 2, and Atlanta will stop it. Nope,
No.
They're going to say he got into the end zone. Queen City has it at their own 20.
That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate play. You know, it was like a slide. Probably they thought the ball was going to bounce inside the end zone, so they tried to save it, but it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, that was very, very close. Not quite able to get the job done as we get first down for A.J. Caswell and company. Odom's in the backfield. Caswell to throw, looking for his first completion. Throws it deep, and it's picked off. Still has yet to have a completion, looking for Dupree Hudson on the outside, and it is taken away. I believe that's Patrick Ketsa, who had one near one earlier. He actually pulls one in this time.
You know, and that's 6 interceptions in the last 5 quarters for A.J. Caswell, who is still unable to, you know, get completions consistency. Again, last week, 7 out of 21 for only 88 yards on by far the worst game of his career. So not a good way to start this one.
Yeah, they only beat the Indy Red Devils 13-12 last week in what ended up being a classic. In the gun by himself is Dunhill, looking to throw. Has one to the outside and a big hit. And that is going to bring down Boo Chisholm. And it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Atlanta, you want to right now at least get in a field goal range. I mean, you're in your home, you're in a dome, so probably about 3-4 more yards will get you in field goal range. So you want at least try to get 3 points out of the interception by Kitts.
He's got 5 wide to work with. Dunhill throws to the outside, and they are going to call it a catch at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Siege Falco brings in his 2nd grab.
That's a great catch by Falcon. A great throw by Dunhill. You know, that's a throw that not all quarterbacks can make. You know, it's you are at the left hash. You have to throw the ball to the right sideline, and it's not a throw that, you know, a lot of quarterbacks can do consistently. But with a very good throw on that one. Let's see if they try to run the ball here just to change the pace.
Because we went to Hollywood, they will indeed to the left, and he's taken down pretty much immediately. Going back to that point you just made, where well, actually, I'm not sure if you made it or not, but either way, they're letting Marcus Dunhill throw the ball, which you and I saw Atlanta earlier this season, Ramos. This is not something that they were doing in that game. They're doing it here. It seems to be paying off.
Yes, absolutely.
Handoff, Hollywood, left side, has it between the tackles. He's going to get taken down after a 4-yard gain. It will be 3rd and 6. So they will have some work to do, still in field goal range.
We will not get a replay on that one, but that's a beautiful double team block on Jeff Duffy. You know, that's the guy they have to block, number 53 of Queen City. You know, it's a very good pass rusher, but also can seal the edge to stop the run. And at that time, you know, it was a double team block on him, and that gave BDG Hollywood 4 yards.
4 on the defensive line for Queen City defensively. Dunhill to throw. Has one to the outside. Going to turn the corner here. He cannot. 4th and inches. Queen City gets the stop they need. Siege Falco could not get the nose a little bit further. It'll be 4th down.
That was a great job by Dunhill stepping out of the pressure. You know, he just one step to the right, stepped out of the pressure, got a good lane to throw the ball, but And a great tackle by the outside defender by Queen City, stopping him before the first down marker. And now this should be an easy field goal at home for Atlanta.
Leroy Jenkins, a cornerback, on the stop. Really good tackle by him. Right hash from the 31, make it a 48-yarder. It is up, and it is, 36-yarder. Sorry, I did my math wrong. Either way, it's good, and the Swarm have a 3-0 lead on their home turf.
A good kick, and it's important, again, as I always say, it's important to score first, especially when you already had a 3-and-out on defense. When you got an interception on defense, it's important to get points first so you can set the tone of the game.
Well, Queen City's offense is going to come back onto the field. They've been a little bit stale first 2 drives of this game, as they will get the ball from their own 8-yard line. Get it to the 20, through the right hash. It gets taken down at the 27-yard line. A.J. Caswell, no completions, 3 incompletions, 1 interception to his benefit, or to his detriment today. And then Ash Odom has only seen the ball 1 time on a rush, but did drop a pass early. So that's something they got to get that duo working pretty much immediately if they don't want to let Atlanta get an easy one here.
Yeah, it's going to be important to see if Atlanta can make this Queen City team one-dimensional, whether they can stop the run at Ash Odom and they just force A.J. Caswell to throw the ball, which he's in a big slump.
Odom going to have a run left side, and he's taken down at the 30. As they'll mark him at the 29, it'll be a 1-yard gain. Huge thanks to Suicide King on the stats as well. It's huge help the stats team has been since they were implemented probably halfway through last season.
Yeah, it's a huge help in, to get, live, real-time stats and analysis from a third guy. It's a great help.
Makes us look a lot smarter than we actually are, no doubt.
Yeah.
Offset I formation. Odom gets the football, breaks through 1, but he gets shoelaced at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 7 upcoming. Ketsa has been all over the place early as he brings on another.
It's been a great first quarter for Ketsa. Not only has the interception, but he was able to also knock down a pass that went his way. And also, now with a big-time stop on the outside, it's incredibly important for the corners to have good tackling abilities to face this Queen City defense.
Caswell over the middle, caught over the middle at the 46-yard line, and that is Dupree Hudson. His first catch of the ball game gets Queen City a first down.
That's a beautiful throw by A.J. Caswell, and this is what the veteran quarterback can do. Steps up in the pocket, just delivers a perfect stride in between 2 defenders. Ash Lowney on the coverage, and that's a beautiful throw and a very important first down here for Queen City. When you go 3-and-out, interception, and another 3-and-out, it's really tough. Also on your defense because you don't give them enough rest.
That was a 16-yard completion for Caswell there. He's going to throw on first down. Hit as he threw, and it's grabbed! What a catch over the middle! Wow. Unreal from Dupree Hudson. He has it at the 39-yard line.
Wow, that's the best pass I've seen from A.J. Caswell probably in at least about a couple weeks. He was hit as he threw the ball. I don't know how he had the arm strength to throw the ball about 10-15 yards in the air, and a beautiful catch by the wide receiver.
I'm not sure how that happened. Odom's going to get the first down rush through the middle. He'll have 5 yards and get it, or I'm sorry, they'll say 4 yards, 2nd and 6. And that might get him going as they get into field goal range.
That just, I don't think it's his field goal range yet. It's going to be a 52-yarder. I mean, you're in a dome, but 52 yards a little bit long. So watch out here, Chris Curtis. The wide receiver, Chris Curtis. Let's see what he can do. Probably a slant route.
Haven't gone his way yet. They might be this time. They will! To the 10, the 5, touchdown, end zone. Queen City goes ahead.
See, I've been watching a little bit of Tony Romo's broadcasting.
I was just going to say, Ramos Lynn proves prophetic in his analysis.
That's a beautiful throw, one-on-one coverage, and the corner just did not play that one well at all. He just way overplayed the ball. Chris Curtis leaps, gets the catch, and goes into the paint for a touchdown. You called it. I can't say any more than that. Ramos Lynn called that before it happened, so it's he's gonna look into his crystal ball for the majority of this night, for the rest of this game, as that extra point is up and good from Matthews.
Atlanta going to get the ball back here very shortly, and as Marcus Dunhill has to try to answer that with a touchdown of his own. See if he can do that as we play a little under 5 minutes left in this first quarter of play, but a pretty exciting one early.
Yeah, for sure has. You know, it's two very high-powered offenses. Queen City last week, they just faced a very tough Indianapolis defense, and you know, as far as Atlanta goes, they have a very promising young quarterback. They have one of the best running backs in the league, really one of the best running backs in league history.
Yeah.
They have 3 very good wide receivers, so this is 2 very, very high-powered offenses.
You can definitely get it done. LB Allen's going to bring that one out to the 27. And that is where Marcus Dunhill will come back out onto the field. Get Queen City back out. You take a look at Oscar Dunkley. He had a game with 4 interceptions earlier in this season. He'd love to take one away from Marcus Dunhill here, possibly. Throw short. PDJ Hollywood on a little bit of a screen, but he had 3 Corsairs get right to it, including the aforementioned Oscar Dunkley. And he is brought down 2nd and 12.
This is something that Quincy has done historically, really defensively so well. You know, from the moment that they were the New York Knights to the Queen City, is that their defense is just so fast. I mean, corners, they always have fast linebackers, so they just run incredibly fast sideline to sideline.
Dunhill over the middle, tipped and nearly taken away. That was close. Yeah, that was Leroy. I'm sorry, that was the linebacker who jumped up and made that play happen. Very, very close to an interception.
Yeah, that was extremely close, and you know, it's something that Marcus Dunhill has to be a little bit more careful. You know, we called that one game, Curtis, against Tallahassee,
yep,
where Dunhill threw 2 pick sixes, and you know, that's something that, you know, he's a really, really good quarterback. However, he just does throw a lot of picks.
They have really taken the chains off him. He's got an empty backfield and 5 wide on this play. He's going to go long right side, and it is caught at the 40, to the corner, to the 20, down to the 12-yard line, and he is taken down there. That is Siege Falco with a long one over the right hash.
Wow, Siege Falco, and you know, Siege Falco is one of my top 3 or 5 players to take offensive rookie of the year this season, and this is a big reason why. You know, he goes up, makes the catch in coverage. I mean, that's very well covered.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah, it is.
That is well covered. I mean, you cannot ask a lot more from your corner. And number 17, the rookie, just goes up and grabs it and almost runs into distance.
You almost have to feel bad for Leroy Jenkins here, as he was posterized on that catch, very close to taking that ball away. Dunhill has an empty backfield again. 3 on the defensive line for Queen City from their own 13. Thrown, end zone. He knocked it away. 2nd and 10. Siege Falco the target.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity for Nacho Sicario, the safety of the Queen City Corsairs. He just reads the post route beautifully and almost comes away with the interception. Look, he reads the eyes of the quarterback
right
and
hands.
Yeah.
They'll be wanting that one back, but the Swarm have another chance. Take a look at Falco. He's going to line up at the top of your screen here. Boo Chisholm at the bottom of your screen. They could go his direction too. Under center, 2 in the backfield. Handoff Hollywood instead, and he's taken down behind the line. Queen City's defense makes the play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
It's a great tackle by King on that one, and you know, King had one of the most impressive rookie seasons in SFL history when he was with the Skyhawks. His rookie season was tremendous. Avery King, he's been a guy has been in the Pro Bowl, and one of the best linebackers in the history.
They can still get a first down at the 3-yard line. Dunhill to throw, throws to the 3, touchdown! Atlanta's in the end zone. They take the lead again.
That's LB Allen, and that's a beautiful catch, a beautiful play design on the post route by the Atlanta Swarm. They are able to attack the soft zone of that defense. Marcus Dunhill with a beautiful strike in between the ref and like 3 defenders, and gets in the paint for the score.
Good work from Dunhill, looking over the middle, finds LB Allen in coverage, and the extra point going to be on its way from Kidd. We could have another really, really good Queen City game in primetime if this continues, as these 2 teams trade leads in the first quarter. Still a bunch of time left in this first quarter. I say a bunch of time. A little over 2 minutes. Kick is up and on the way. It is through. 10-7 Atlanta. Queen City going to get the ball back in A.J. Caswell's hands fairly quickly here as they try to answer. But good job by Marcus Dunhill not listening to the noise around him. Ends up bringing their team down for a score.
Yeah, definitely. And, there's something Atlanta needed to have, to give their defense a little bit of rest and obviously come away with points. Now, it's the time of A.J. Caswell to answer of his own, but, it was the opportunity for Atlanta to score points, get ahead again, and they didn't waste it.
It's going to be the 25 to the 28-yard line, and that is where Queen City will start this drive off. Huge thanks to everybody in the SFL community. Because of you and you only, the SFL is now a partner Twitch community channel. We appreciate everything that the community in the SFL has done for the channel in helping to grow this league. If you want more information on that announcement, head over to simulationfl.net. First and 10 for the Corsairs as they start at the 28-yard line. And an immediate Wildcat. That's Caswell going for the first down. Wow. He's going to take the sneak up to the 38-yard line.
And this is something that I have not seen consistently from Queen City since that season 6 where they won the championship. They had the quarterback at the time, and they did it so many times where he put in the wildcat or shotgun and just do quarterback draws, and they were so successful that season. So successful they won the championship.
Caswell to the outside has Curtis on a crossing pattern, and he will get an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 as they get closer to midfield.
Now we see the high-power offense. As before it was like, both defenses getting 3-and-outs and interceptions and whatnot. But now we see both very potent offenses clicking, and this could be basketball on grass, Curtis, if this continues.
Basketball? That sounds terrible. This will be a handoff. Ash Odom right side has a hole, and he will get past the midfield stripe inside of Atlanta territory to the 46.
Yeah. This is the favorite play of Queen City. This is the power sweep of the Green Bay Packers for the Queen City. This is the play. Their bread and butter is that power O play. They've done it for so many seasons, and they are just so successful at it.
They've caught many defenses lurking and watching as Ashram runs by them with that play. Offside I formation for Queen City. 4 on the defensive line, 6 in the box defensively. Odom breaks through a tackle, has another one broken, and he gets shoelaced at the 35-yard line. 34 is where they're going to mark him. It'll be 1st and 10 as they're getting into field goal range again.
It's same play right, same play left, and it just takes, again, as we can see, Ash Odom to break 2 tackles because the lead blocking is so good. It just takes him to break 1 or 2 tackles for him to go the distance. On that one, a very good job by the defender finally making the stop, because if not, Ash Odom is off for a score.
Caswell to throws short, caught, not much to it. And that is a grab from is that Simpson? Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, it is, and it's something that Queen City does very well. It was not. I think it was a tight end on that one, and that's something that they did last season so well with Mike Dax as well. Involving the tight end a lot.
From the 30, and that is going to end the first quarter of play. Swarm 10, Corsairs 7. At the end of the first frame, this is the SFL on Twitch's Rivalry Night, presented by APM Music. We will be right back. Oh, I could be wrong. Looks like we are not going to a commercial break. Oh, all right. Well, Corsairs moving right to left on your screen as we get going in the second quarter. This will be a run through the middle for Odom, and he will have it to the 21. 22 is will mark him. It's first down.
Maybe the Atlanta defense was also expecting some commercials because they were not ready for that one play. It was just a trap play where number 76, the guard, pulls to the left, and Ash Odom is not even touched after like 8 yards after he's past the line of scrimmage.
Take a look at the gold running back for the Corsairs. He's in the gun with Caswell. 6 in the box defensively from the 22. And that's going to be a direct snap to Caswell again. He's got a first down, and he's going to be brought down at the 7-yard line. They've caught Atlanta guessing on a couple of those, and Caswell has him first and goal.
And it is just a so well, played misdirection, because the tight end goes to block the running back's airs like that, just like, what is going on? Like, the defense is like, what is going on? Why is the running back just standing there? But they realized just so late that the quarterback is the one running the football. So, they have been able to run the ball with Caswell a couple times, and both ends has been very successful.
Offset I formation, Caswell to throw on first and goal. It's a screen pass out to Odom, who's going to get taken down. He did get back to the original line of scrimmage, but it was not easy. It'll be second and goal.
It was an okay play design. However, it was, the execution of it was not the best. And we see this formation again, Curtis. Let's see if they go to number 84 one more time. Let's say like a quick out.
He's up at the top right of your screen. They're going to go that way. Quick out. You called it again. Ramos Lynn it's Tony Ramos I'm in the booth with. It's third and goal. They do not quite get in though.
No, but it was a nice play design. I like it because it gives the wide receiver a chance to catch the ball, turn the corner, and get in the end zone. However, it was just a great play by the corner in the open field to make the stop.
From the 6, third down. This becomes a massive third down for Queen City. Split back for Caswell. He's got the football. 3-step drop. He's going to get hit as he threw. And that is going to be an incompletion. 4th and goal. And Atlanta makes a huge stop to force the kick attempt. That
was a very interesting defensive play call, and it worked beautifully for Atlanta. The quarterback was not expecting that rush so quickly, and a beautiful play call to make a stand, bend but not break, and Queen City will try to tie this game. They will indeed. Ricky Matthews with the ball ready to be snapped. That was Jose Fuentes, for those of you scoring at home, on that near sack. Kick is up and on the way, and it is through from 22 yards. Chip shot for Queen City has this game evened up at 10, as Marcus Dunhill will come back out of the field. You're getting some love in chat, by the way, about that Tony Ramos comment. Yeah. We do see you guys lurking in chat. Thank you for the love. We very, very much appreciate it. Definitely. And thank you for T-Pat for his bits. He's been sharing bits all game long. Yeah, he's throwing so many bits at us. We're getting welts. That's going to be to the 30-yard line. And as LB Allen brings it up, Marcus Dunhill back out on the field. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. To his, no interception, sorry. To his credit today, he's 70% completion percentage early on in this game. But that man right there, Oscar Dunkley, may have something to say about it if Dunhill is not careful. First and 10. Outside leverage coverage by the corner. Let's see if they can take it. Oh, it's a big hit instead on BDG Hollywood. First time he's touched the ball in a little while, and it is second and a couple more. Wow, that was a big hit and by Doty. And if I was Atlanta, I would have probably changed the play to an inside pass, because the corners were playing outside leverage coverage. So that's where you can hit this land probably, or a quick in something. But a big tackle by the defense. Oh, what a hit. Oh, BDG man. Hollywood is lit up like a Christmas tree. And that is a third down. And Doty gets into him again. And stop running to that side. Number 21 is just out there to kill people. But, now is the 3rd and long, and this is passing situation. Let's see if LB Allen can make a play. Allen could be the one to watch. Haven't seen Boot Chisholm's name called in a while either. It's going to be thrown, tipped, and incomplete. Very, very close, as Siege Falco was the intended target. He's 4 for 6 on those targets, and in comes the punter for Atlanta. That was not a good drive by Atlanta. It was, instead of going with positive yards, they lost 3 yards on the play, 3 and out, and they have to give the ball away just with 3 plays in, so the defense is going to be a little bit gassed, and that's not good when you have to stop those outside runs by Queen City. You got to take care of your defense, and in this case, the Swarm did not.
Punter waiting at the 11-yard line. It'll be kicked from the 14. End over end to the 36-yard line, and that is a run back that did not get very far. A 5-yard return for Kyrie Tate, and it will be 1st and 10.
There's the opportunity for AJ Caswell to take command of this offense and take the lead again. This Atlanta defense needs to get a 3-and-out so they can get somewhat nice field position and being able to respond. But if I'm Queen City, I'm just running the ball left, right with Ash Odom.
We'll see Odom run to the right here. He's got some room to run. Breaks through a tackle. It's a first down pass midfield. Let's hear from our friend Andy Hamilton on our social media adventures in the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Ash Odom, the man that will not be denied as he gets a couple of broken tackles in that vein. Another first down for Queen City as they move into Atlanta territory.
Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. Left, right, all game long. Now, let's see if they throw like a curveball here. Let's see if they go in a deep corner.
Oh, that's another run for Odom, and he's got a couple after a broken tackle. They need to be careful with him because they can only bottle him up for so long before he starts wearing people down.
Yeah, I agree. This is a very talented defense in Atlanta where they have very good tacklers and Ash Lowney and Aaron Lee, and they have Quan Shine. However, it's so tough to stop number 22 because Queen City has such a good running scheme that they put him on one-on-one situations, and it's just so hard to beat.
Long drop back for Caswell, and he's going to lose a bunch on the sack. That is a big job by the defensive line to get in there and take him down. It will be 3rd and 14. Jose Fuentes on the sack.
Yeah, it's Fuentes again. That's his 2nd sack in the last 5 offensive plays or 6 offensive plays from Queen City, and the right tackle is just having a tough time. And this is a 3rd and long for Queen City. Let's see if they want to go with Chris Curtis again, maybe on a similar corner route that they did a couple series ago.
You take a look there at Fuentes. He's on the end. There's going to be pressure coming, but it's gotten rid of, and it's nearly intercepted. Curtis was indeed the intended target, but it falls to the turf harmlessly. 4th down upcoming. They will punt.
That's a nice coverage deep by the Atlanta defensive backfield. They were expecting that pass. They were expecting a big throw. So, they were like two defenders 20 yards down the field to stop a pass. And, they force a punt. It's very important for the Atlanta defense to make this stop and just keep this a tight game.
Matthews is going to try to pin this swarm down inside of their own 10 if at all possible. Needs a good boot here. That'll be a decent one. Get it down to the 9. It'll bounce to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. It will stop on the 1-yard line. Special teams coverage is overpowered for Queen City, and Atlanta will start on their own 1.
Wow, that's a beautiful punt, a beautiful coverage by Queen City. If I'm Atlanta, probably I would have fielded that ball even with a fair catch because the ball was not that deep inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is the opportunity where, BDG Hollywood runs to the outside, and maybe we'll see Jeff Duffy make a play.
Handoff. Oh, he's taken down, and that is 2 points for the Queen City Corsairs. That is a safety.
Wow, stop running to that side, man. Like, staying dowdy. Wow, 3 out of 3. And that's just a terrible play by the offensive line, number 60. If there's a guy you needed to block, it's number 21 because he's been the guy who's been wrecking the backfield of Atlanta. So if there's a guy you needed to stop was him, and they just whipped.
The free kick is going to send the ball down to the 24-yard line. It's caught there. And a run back to the 40-yard line. Good work from Queen City's defense making that happen with points. And don't look now, BDG Hollywood's total yard output, -2 for the game. They got to get him going on offense, but they got to make a stop on defense first.
Yeah, they do. This is a situation Atlanta doesn't want to be in. They don't have the lead anymore. And, we've seen Nash Adam start breaking more and more tackles.
That's going to be Caswell throwing short. Got a catch to the 48-yard line. It was snickering a little bit. I see Eric in the chat saying Zane Doty got into his whole milk this morning. Yep. That's pretty good. Tate with his first reception.
This is, a good way to start the drive if you're Queen City with a positive 7-yard gain, almost getting into midfield. And now, again, outside leverage coverage by Atlanta. Let's see if they hit him with a post route.
Caswell in the gun. Got Odom with him. And it's going to be a direct snap to Caswell again. This time he slides, and he'll get down to the 38-yard line. Took a shot on the way down, but it's not going to matter. It'll be a 1st and 10.
Sometimes it's dangerous when you put your quarterback to run, but if A.J. Caswell live consistently as he did on this play, is going to be good to stop, to prevent an injury. And that one he got hit probably would have been called for unnecessary roughness. It didn't happen, but a very good play here by Queen City. It's worked 3 times already.
It has indeed. Caswell to throw on 1st down. He has a catch out there for Dupree Hudson with a couple in his back pocket. It's a 4-yard gain. All right, Tony Ramos, we've seen that play 3 times tonight. How many more do you think we see it? Over, under, say, 4?
I think that's about right. I think maybe one more time before the half, and about 2 or 3 more times in the second half. And that's just because Atlanta hasn't been unable to stop it. When AJ Caswell goes in that formation, Atlanta's just putting like 5 players in the box, so it is 5 against 5, and just taking advantage.
Oh, that'll get down a loss of, I believe, 1, as it'll be 3rd and 6 as he gets tackled at the 38. Another takedown for Atlanta's defense, and now they have a shot to make a stop happen on 3rd down.
Yeah, they need a stop. I mean, they must get this stop.
This becomes massive, huge 3rd down. Caswell has the football, 3-step drop, looking to throw, throws, got a 1st down. It's Kyrie Tate with his 2nd catch. He's brought down at the 30-yard line, and they move the sticks.
That's a great play by the Queen City Corsairs again. Atlanta was expecting a big throw, probably like a big post route or something, and they just hit him with a quick stop route and worked perfectly for the 1st down. AJ Caswell has 3 attempts for 34 rushing yards. Just as you said, BDG Hollywood has -2.
Yeah, that's a decent comparison there. Tate's in the slot. Curtis at the top of your screen. That is Dupree Hudson at the bottom. Caswell to throw. Going long to Curtis. He's got him. Touchdown, Queen City. 2nd time in the pay dirt for 84 on the top half of your screen.
That's the same exact play, Curtis. It is that deep corner route, and again, man-to-man coverage. There's no help over the top, and the corner just gets beat cleanly. I mean, the previous time it was kind of like a contested catch, and that one, Curtis was a good about 3 yards separated from the defender.
Remember that safety from earlier, because that may be the pivotal turning point in this game. It became a 9-point swing as Ricky Matthews lines up the extra point. 9-point swing if, of course, Ricky Matthews can put the extra point through. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is through. Make it a 19-10 lead, which is one of the more odd scores you're going to see in football. But it is indeed that, as the Swarm will get the ball back.
Yeah, that happens when you get a safety, and as you say, Curtis, that could be the play. I mean, last time Atlanta was under center, the game was 10-10. Right before that snap of the safety. Now they will take the field again, 9 points behind, and they need a good return, they need a good drive, and close this half with at least 3 points.
LB Allen's going to have some room to run. Good return out to the 35-yard line. A little love from the sideline for Queen City. A.J. Caswell comes back to the sideline, looks at the coaching staff, and says, yeah, I overthrew my target by about 2 or 3 yards back there. And if you look 2 or 3 yards behind Curtis, it was the cornerback for Atlanta. So, good stuff. Self-deprecating humor is the best kind of humor, according to AJ Caswell.
And this has been great. A great game by AJ Caswell first half. Again, last week, 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, now 2 touchdowns. Wow.
And that is going to be a big hit. BDG Hollywood again takes a seat. He will take a 3-yard loss with him, and he's negative a nickel on this day so far.
Wow, it's incredible. But AJ Caswell has about 40 more rushing yards than BDG Hollywood. I mean, it's been rough for this Atlanta running back and for the offensive line. They have been unable to block consistently, and I think it's gonna depend on Marcus Dunhill's arm.
Dunhill to throw to the outside, has a catch. They're going to say it is indeed a catch. It was close, but Boot Chisholm brings it in. It's back to 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's a catch. That's a good catch by Chisholm. Unfortunately for him, he was unable to run upfield, but it's a good catch, and 3rd and 10 is way better than getting a 3rd and 15 or something. So, this is at least doable. I'm expecting a big post right here from Siege Falco.
That could be a really good one. Atlanta right now 1 for 4 on 3rd down. They could really use their second conversion. Looks to throw. Throws deep. Over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. And that is a big play from 31. That is Nacho Sicario came over the middle to take that one away.
Yeah, the defense was already, as well, ready for that big post right again. To Sage Falco and able to make a stop. And now this is where Atlanta has to punt the ball and play well, very good defense, because you don't want to go behind 2, 3, 4 scores to the Queen City Corsair offense, obviously. So they're already down by 9. So you have to, if you're Atlanta, you have to just limit the damage here and just go to the half with a 9-point deficit instead of maybe a 16-point deficit.
That was close. 2 minutes left in the first half, and it's brought back to the 29-yard line. Usually AJ Caswell is one passing out things to his team. In this case, Achilles Frank has him on the back end of something. The first gift subscription, since we've become a Twitch partner here at the Simulation Football League, comes from Achilles Frank to AJ Caswell. Thank you very much to both of you gentlemen. And Achilles Frank has made SFL history in the Twitch chat. That's kind of cool. Caswell throws long over the middle, and that is going to be caught past the midfield stripe. 2-minute warning is upon us. Then Chris Curtis over 100 yards receiving already.
That's a beautiful try by AJ Caswell, who has thrown balls into coverage, and all of them have been completed right there. Aaron Lee and Mahmoud Ashlani in perfect coverage, and still unable to make a play.
Caswell dropping dimes at the moment. He came in predicting 5 interceptions for himself, and he's only cracked 1 so far. Odom is in the backfield. 5 in the box defensively. AJ, there's nobody in the SFL that beats themselves up harder than AJ Caswell, and for seemingly not a lot of reason. Caswell over the middle again. This one is dropped, nearly brought in. It was Kyrie Tate with a close one. Could not make it happen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate by the wide receiver. The ball was thrown well to him and unable to make the catch. That's a big break that Atlanta is getting, because that was field goal range.
Under center is Caswell. Offset eye, looking to throw. Throws short, and he put his receiver ahead. That is a good throw. Better play to catch that one. First down, Queen City by Curtis.
Curtis has been having a tremendous game. As we've said, it's already more than 100 yards in the first half. Already has 2 touchdowns. And overall has been a beautiful day by number 84.
Caswell to throw again, tipped and incomplete just outside of the 10-yard line. Ketza got his hands on the football once more. Another one very close.
Yeah, Patrick Ketza is a very good corner, and it's in that play he runs the route for the receiver, and we've seen, or at least have seen, number 23 Patrick Ketza do this a lot of times. Is just jump and deflect passes. He loads speed, but he just jumps, makes a deflection, and prevents a completion.
Under center, offset I formation. Looking to throw deep right side. Curtis again to the 15, still going to the 10, and he's going to get taken down at the 9. Queen City in the red zone again. First and goal at that 9-yard line.
Yeah, it's a first and goal. Now this is plenty of time for Queen City. They can run the ball here. They can take a little bit of their time. I mean, they have 3 timeouts, so they don't have to panic.
Plenty of time yet in this game. 50, or in this half anyway. 50 seconds. Ash Odom has a couple of yards. Get it to the 7. No huddle offense for the Corsairs. Offset I formation. Dunkley at the bottom. Or I'm sorry, that's Hudson at the bottom of your screen. They're going to give it to Odom on the outside. Big stiff arm, and he gets to the 2, to the 1. Queen City takes a timeout with 33 seconds to go. That'll give them a time for probably one more shot and then a field goal.
Yeah, that's a well-called timeout on that one. They worked for a good play. Now, with this situation, I have to think, Curtis, they will give the ball again to Ash Odom, whether it's on a run play. Honestly, I will go to the left, right behind the fullback and your guard.
Odom is the deep back. You got Hudson at the bottom of your screen. Caswell to throw. Throws Hudson's way, but he's out of bounds. 4th and goal. Had the catch, unable to bring that one home in bounds, and it is going to be a field goal attempt for Ricky Matthews.
That's unfortunate. It's a very good, play design on that one. He just ran and nobody went with him, but, the pass maybe a little bit overthrown. Maybe the route was a little bit, wrong on that one. And unfortunately for Queen City, they are unable to get 7 points, but they are able to score 3, at least, to close the half with 22.
Left-footed Matthews ready to kick it. Another chip shot for him. Make him 2 for 2. It's up and through from 18 yards. No further than really an extra point for Matthews from the right hash. It's 22-10 Queen City, as they will give the ball back to Atlanta just in time to give the ball to Atlanta again at the start of the second half, as this first half is winding down.
Yeah, the good thing is for Atlanta is that they will have the ball, as saying, Curtis, to start the second half. Obviously, if you don't score here right now with 28 seconds, you will get the ball back to start a third half.
Oh, that is a big hit. Getting to the 31-yard line. Dunhill going to come out as LB Allen will get himself in position, but Dunhill going to come out after what had a really good start to this first half for him, and still has a pretty good completion percentage, just over 100 yards passing in this contest, and he's been able to avoid the turnovers. They just haven't been able to get anything going consistently on offense, and their defense has been on this field a whole lot.
Yeah, I think they do a bigger corner out here or something.
Nope, instead it'll be a Hollywood run. Still 17 seconds left in the half. They may be able to get at least one more playoff. Another one for Hollywood. Running to the right. That's going to be another cut through on the tackle. Get another 2 yards or so. 3rd and 4. And they will call a timeout with 3 seconds on the clock. Makes me think they want to at least try to heave one at the end of the first half. And as you take a look there at Mark Chisholm.
Yeah, they tried to run a couple times, run the ball here a couple times just to get Marcus Dunhill in good position to try a Hail Mary. I'm not sure if they will try a Hail Mary here, Curtis, at the 37. They just might. The ball will need to travel about 65 yards in the air. And they will not. I think they will just run the football, which I don't understand if you're going to call a timeout, but let's see what they do.
That was my thought, too. I think they're better off just throwing it or just running it in this case. And that'll be a run for BG Hollywood. The play calling doesn't make much sense there, but it will bring us down to the end of the first half of play. Queen City had a very good second quarter. They take a 22-10 lead as we head to the break in Atlanta. Third quarter coming up after a short word. Real quick as we look at the highlights, Ramos, give me your thoughts on this first half.
Well, I think the key has been Queen City being able to bottle up BDG Hollywood all game. 6 rushing yards. In comparison, as we were saying, AJ Caswell has more than 30, has 33 yards so far. So it's been a game where Queen City has been able to just dominate the trenches. We've seen that one safety. Obviously, Atlanta was unable to get out of the end zone. We've seen just them being able to run the ball at will, left, right, center. And they have kept AJ Caswell somewhat clean in the pocket. We've seen a couple sacks by Atlanta, but I think that AJ Caswell has had a little bit of time to throw the ball to Curtis. He has a couple touchdowns, as we can see, one here. So I think it's been a very, very well game by Queen City, and they have scored 15 unanswered points.
Fair enough. First half about to get, or is actually done. Second half about to get underway in a very short order. We're in Atlanta for the rivalry night on Twitch, presented by APM Music. We'll be back after the break. We'll be back right after the commercial break.
APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to form.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Show Business Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
Here at MediaTek, our goal is to create a well-rounded media professional. MediaTek is a place where you can turn dreams into reality. Our comprehensive recording arts, digital film, animation, mobile apps, and web development courses are focused on being very hands-on. We are a career-focused school. Our instructors are not only great teachers, they are also working professionals with real-world experience. MediaTek, come see what your future holds.
Just about to get going in the third quarter of play. Atlanta, Georgia is the site as the second half about to get going. Chris Curtis and Ramos Lynn with you in the broadcast booth. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I know we are in the SFL as we get things ready to go, and we're getting close anyway to actually a little better than halfway through the season now. So really starting to see what each team has as we get this kick underway. Atlanta going to get the ball back. It gets out to LB Allen. There's some running room on the left. We get out to the 30-yard line. At this point, Marcus Dunhill, Ramos, we talked about it a little bit. He has not had a bad game to this point. He really needs to take control and get his team marching forward, though. Stats have been good, but the production is not.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of help of his offensive line. BDG Hollywood, who has been a no-show so far, and they're going empty right now. So I think that the coach wants to see Marcus Dunhill throw the ball successfully to start a half.
That's over the middle. That's caught, and a good start for Marcus Dunhill as he gets over the midfield stripe, and that is a big first catch for Javon Walker, the backup wide receiver.
Yeah, and Javon Walker going in the post route, and no defender goes with him. You know, they were expecting probably a throw to one of the big three receivers, you know, LB Allen or, you know, those guys, and Javon Walker, as you say, you know, with his first catch of the day.
We'll see what they have for us weak side. The I formation. Dunhill launches it deep over the middle. It's tipped and intercepted. Back the other way. It's guess who? Oscar Dunkley. We called his name a couple times thinking he was going to get one. He does indeed. His first pick of today's game.
Oscar Dunkley has been the definition of ball hawk this season. As you say, Curtis, you know, he had 4 picks in one game earlier in the season. Now with another INT, puts his team in good field position. And, you know, I really thought, you know, they were going to run the ball on this one. You know, after a big throw, sometimes you want to change the pace and run the ball. But, you know, they tested number 42, and it was not successful.
Under center. Kaz looking to throw. Throws left. Has a catch out there. Crossing pattern for Curtis. He's got a first down to the 49-yard line in Atlanta territory, and Queen City will move the sticks.
That's a great job on footwork by Curtis. Not only he catches the ball, but also turns around and gets positive yardage to get a first down. And Curtis has been the offensive player for Queen City this game. You know, it's been Ash Odom having a really good game, but it's been number 84 getting those big plays.
6 in the box defensively. Ash Odom to the left. Has a block in front of him, but can't utilize him. He will go back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther as Atlanta's defense stands up.
Yeah, I think that Ash Odom on that one was unable to read his blocks. You know, the guard pulled to the left as he normally does, but instead of, you know, running behind him, you know, to his back, he just tried to overrun him, and it didn't work. He got double tackled, so I think that with a little bit of more patience, Ash Odom could have gotten positive yards.
Ooh, an immediate pass over the middle as he was looking for the tight end there. Could not bring it in. It will be third and 10 after McGee gets in and takes the stop.
Right. So, you know, now we've seen, I mean, it's where it is the point where AJ Caswell sometimes tries to, you know, I'm not going to say the word force it, but, you know, he's on a rhythm and he tries to do stuff differently. Let's see if he goes back to Curtis this time, maybe in a post route. Outside leverage corner cover.
Top of your screen. He's going to go short and tipped. Should have been caught. Should have also been intercepted, but it will hit the ground harmlessly, and that is going to create a 4th down situation. The Queen City Corsairs will punt on their first drive after the first half.
Yeah, and this is a drive where, you know, obviously compared to Atlanta, they were able to stop him, but, you know, you say, you know, probably Queen City stopped themselves with that drop, with that questionable play call. So, you know, either way, good stop by Atlanta. They get the ball back, and let's see if Marcus Dunhill can redeem himself.
Oh, that was nearly blocked.
Jeez.
Atlanta nearly got there. This is going to be back to the 10. Taken in by LB Allen. He'll get it out to the 15-yard line and no farther. As this will be Marcus Dunhill's second drive of the second half. See what he can do with this offense as they are down 12 points at the moment. Should probably focus on getting into pay dirt sometime soon.
Yeah, you know, the ball at the 16-yard line is not terrible field position, but it's also not very good. So, you know, Atlanta needs to find a rhythm offensively to at least start, you know, winning the field position battle in the second half.
Hollywood is going to get through the middle 1 yard. No, I'm sorry. They'll actually say he did not gain anything. 2nd and 10 as the linebacker comes up to make the stop.
You know, that's what I was saying, you know, with Jeff Duffy. He's able to seal the edge so well as a defensive end. And, you know, when you have that presence, it's just so important because it just prevents a lot of outside runs. So, big number 53 again, just stopping a potential big play.
What a spin, and BDG Hollywood is loose. He's got plenty of room to run to the 44-yard line. He just gave the entire Queen City defense a $5 foot long, as referenced in the chat, and it is a first down for Atlanta.
You know, and a great play by the defender right there, you know, stopping the play from going for even a bigger progress and possibly a touchdown. I mean, on that one, you know, the defender probably stopped the touchdown from happening. When BDG Hollywood gets in the open field, it's just so hard to stop. So a good angle on that one makes the tackle and just Queen City, stop 6 points from happening.
That's going to be another handoff to Hollywood. This time he gets taken down at the line of scrimmage as Queen City really started focusing in on him. That was another one that was close, but they make the stop.
Yeah, and it's important again, for Queen City to stop the ball, to stop the run consistently. This offense of Atlanta starts with a run. If you're able to make them one-dimensional, it makes it easier.
Get him in open field, and as a little bit of a block and release gets Hollywood out 4 yards further. 3rd and 6 coming up, as they are going to try to lean on him, it looks like, for the start of the second half.
Yeah, and now you got in a 3rd and 6 situation where you have to throw the ball down the field. I don't know. I don't think that a dump off to BDG Hollywood on the flats will make it. So, this is where Butch Chisholm needs to make a play.
3 at the bottom, 1 at the top. Handoff Hollywood. He's going to try to break through a tackle. He does. And did he get there? He did. First down. The ball just broke the plane of the yellow line. That is a new set of downs for Atlanta. That's a big run.
Wow, that's a big run indeed, and a big surprise call by Atlanta. 3rd and long. You run the ball to the left. That is Jeff Duffy's side, and you got a first down. A big, surprise call for the Atlanta coaching staff.
Quick throw, short looking for I believe that was the tight end who had a shot at it. Not going to happen. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the quick pass attempt.
Yeah, that was Walker who had a big catch in the post route earlier in the drive, and now he just drops a wide open pass, and those plays hurt, Curtis. When you have a short catch and at least a 5-yard gain, and you cannot come away with it, it's something that Queen City does not give away easily. And then that one, he had at least 5 yards.
Yep, that's one minute later. Chance for Dunhill. And another dropped ball. That's the 3rd one we've seen, I think, in the second half from Atlanta. Yep. That's not going to work. It'll be 3rd and 10. And Dunhill can't do anything any better. He's putting it where they need it. They just can't bring it in.
Yeah, exactly. It's been the situation where Dunhill has been kind of, I don't want to use this word, but kind of playing alone in this game. He just having no help from his offensive line. The wide receivers have dropped a few passes, and it's just been rough. As a quarterback, you cannot do much more.
Looks to throw deep. Diving attempt, but he cannot bring it in. That was close. I believe that was on the outside for Boo Chisholm. Oscar Dunkley gets up to make the stop.
Yeah, that was almost double coverage, and just I think that Marcus Dunhill panicked on that one. Had a little more time to, and he threw it into tight coverage. And again, this is an opportunity where even though you're in Queen City's out of the field, it's just you're not in field goal range, and you have to punt the ball again.
4th and 10. Another punt upcoming for Atlanta. They're going to give Queen City back the football. They're going to try to pin him down first. And this ball is going to get down to the 9-yard line. They're going to hope for a bounce to the 3, to the 2. And finally, Atlanta's punt coverage team does the job and pins down the Corsairs. They're going to try to answer the safety from earlier with a safety of their own, potentially.
And this is, again, I was just saying, Curtis, this is where you can go ahead and return the favor. Quanta Shine, Mahmoud Ashlauni, those guys covering the outsides. If they run the ball with Ash Odom, you have to be ready. Look at them. They're just creeping in. They have about 9 players in the box. They're expecting that run. They
are going to get the run, and Odom's going to break through and get a couple of yards to take them out of the shadow of their end zone. That's a 2-yard gain, but that 2 yards means a whole lot when you're on the 1.
It really, really does. And again, this is a 2-yard gain in the highlight reel, but when you can get that play that gets out, that puts you outside of the shadow of your own end zone, that is just going to be so huge for the outcome of the game.
But another run for Odom. This time he's going to get 3 more, make it a 3rd and 4. And they will likely possibly lean on Caswell for the 3rd down, but that's a good run from Odom again as they get a little farther away from that goal line.
Okay, it's a 3rd and 4, and even if you don't get a first down here, Curtis, this is something that is good for Queen City to prevent a safety, just make some room for your punter.
Oh, deep ball it is! Caught!
Wow.
Curtis on the outside to the 25. He had a blanket on him, and even the cornerback's got to look and say, you know what, that was a really nice catch.
I mean, and again, as a defender, I mean, what else can you do? I mean, double or triple coverage, and he just steals it from everybody. I mean, it's, you know, Curtis just wants it more than the defender.
Queen City now 3 for 8 on third downs in this contest. On the other side, Atlanta 2 for 8. See what the Corsairs can do with a fresh set of downs. Offset I, handoff to Odom coming to the right side. He's got a little bit of room to run, but a couple of Swarm players will indeed, quote-unquote, swarm to him to the 27.
Yeah, that's a good play by the defense on that one. You know, that's, again, that one play by Queen City Power All where, you know, a guard pulls, you know, how you have the tight end, you have the fullback just blocking, and a good job of just limiting this one to a 3-yard gain.
Caswell in the gun, looking to throw, has some time deep left side, and it's intercepted. Caswell now 2 for 5 on his interception prediction before the game started, and Atlanta takes the ball away. It's Ketza with his second pick of the game.
You know, and you're not gonna fool Ketza with that route. You know, he's an experienced corner. He's one of the best corners in the league. And, you know, he reads the play and he just runs the route for the offensive player.
Offset I formation for Dunhill, who now has really good field position to work with. BDG Hollywood probably would get the ball on first down in my playbook. He's going to get it here. That's going to be a 1-yard gain. Not much to that one as he stopped pretty close to the line.
Yeah, and you know, again, you know, this is the opportunity for Atlanta. Yeah, the Queen City side of the field, and you know, if they can at least, you know, get a field goal on this one. I mean, it will still be a 2-possession game, but at least you give your offense the confidence of, you know, we can score. There's still a whole quarter left to play. I mean, they need to get some points now that they have a big opportunity.
Oh, and a big hit behind the line. BDG Hollywood tried to get through, and Queen City sniffed it out. That's a 3rd and a long coming up.
You know, again, Jeff Duffy, and you know, he went completely unblocked to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, a big 3-yard loss. This is obvious passing situation, and I'm surprised this Queen City team is kind of doing bump, you know, man-to-man coverage. You know, big post right will work for Atlanta.
That's long over the middle, tipped by Queen City's
Wow.
secondary. Siege Falco was gone if he brings that in. Marcus Dunhill needed probably 3 more yards of air underneath that ball.
Yeah, and this is another huge play by I think it was Sicario on that one. You know, he's done about 2 or 3 plays on that big post route to Falco where he just knocks the ball down. Otherwise, Falco probably would have had about 2 or 3 touchdowns by now.
And don't look now, but Atlanta's punting unit back out on the field. Kick from his own 40. Fair catch called for at the 12-yard line, and that is where Queen City will start this drive off. A.J. Caswell coming into what's going to be close to the end of the third quarter, still about 3 minutes left in it. But another touchdown may make things in the fourth quarter a lot easier for his Corsairs.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Queen City, you want to obviously keep the ball here. You want to take at least to the fourth quarter. And you know, Mahmoud Ajlani just creeping in. They have people expecting that run. I mean, how many players are there expecting the run?
Oh, that's going to be a ball to the outside to the 18-yard line. Dupree Hudson brings that one in. It'll be a 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard completion.
Yeah, you know, it's just, you know, they have so many weapons. Queen City just has the running back, has the receivers. I mean, they have a good offensive line, and you know, with the lead, they're very just hard to stop.
Oh, and a huge hit. Odom is laid out at the line of scrimmage, and somebody get the name or the license plate on that truck. That was a big hit by Patrick Ketza.
You know, Patrick Ketza is a complete corner. He can stop the run, he can stop the pass, and you know, he's a big guy. You know, for a corner, he's a stout guy, and just a big play to make this a 3rd down. You know, if he doesn't make this play in the open field, probably Ashland is gone for 15, 20 yards.
Odom's going to get a couple back as well. 4th down, though, and Atlanta does indeed make the stop. third down does not go Queen City's way. Now 3 for 9 in the game, and Matthews will come in and punt it away.
Big stop here for Atlanta. They will have good field position again. Probably they will be in Queen City's side of the field. So this is it. This is the opportunity for Atlanta to put points on the board. You will not get many more great chances like this one.
Good spin move by L.B. Allen. He's going to get out to the 47-yard line. And the Swarm back out on the field. Dunhill's got to make something happen. Stalled on a couple 3-of-outs previously. Need points on this drive to keep it close.
If I'm Atlanta, at least I'm running the ball here on first down. Probably on second down, I'm trying to Falco on one-on-one coverage. Try to get an explosive play. Try to, put the ball at least in field goal range quickly.
That's a spin move from BDG Hollywood. He's going to have 8 yards to think about what he just did, and that was obliterate the linebacking core of the Queen City Corsairs. He's got an 8-yard gain.
A big individual play here by BDG Hollywood to make it a second and short. If he doesn't make that spin move, probably he's going to be tackled for a 1-yard gain or maybe at the line of scrimmage. So big individual play by the running back.
Offside I formation. Handoff. BDG. He's going to have it. He's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. BDG can't quite get a rhythm going. He'll have one good run and he'll get taken down immediately. Queen City makes very quick adjustments at the line, it seems, and stops BDG before he can get started on a couple in a row.
With a 3rd and 2, this is the chance for Marcus Dunhill. Look at it. It's in a empty set. Let's see if he goes to the man on the outside, the sole man on a big corner route or something.
Yep, that would be Falco over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete. Another 3 and out for this Atlanta offense that they can ill afford at this time as we creep closer to the end of the third quarter.
And another drop right there, Curtis. I know it's tight coverage. I know it's the hit is simultaneously, but the ball is put in a correct position for the receiver to make a catch, and yes, he couldn't make it.
If you're going to have your hands on the football, you got to bring it in. That's 100% what that means. Punt upcoming for Atlanta again. They'll try to pin down Queen City once more. We'll see what they can do to get that done. 22-10. If you guys are just joining us, missed a good game so far. Where you been? Chris Curtis, Ramos Lynn with you at the Hive in Atlanta. This ball will get to the 10-yard line. Caught there and taken down at the 12. Back this way comes A.J. Caswell back out on the field, trying to make better use of his time than an interception that he threw on the last drive. See how they respond. Does Queen City on offense?
And I don't know how many chances Atlanta will have of this, to have Queen City inside their own 15-yard line to potentially make a stop, get good field position, and try to make a score, after 2-3 drives. Ash Odom will break a big one.
That Tony Ramos name is sticking pretty well. This is going to be Ash Odom just past the line of scrimmage. He will earn a yard. And I do say earn because he got lit up at 2nd and 9.
A good job right there by the linebacking core and the defensive line on shutting those gaps. Even if you don't make the tackle, if you can shut the gap and just make the running back go to the other defenders, is a good job by your player.
And that is the end of the third frame in Atlanta. One more quarter to go. 22-10, Queen City up on the Swarm, and they are driving at the start of the fourth quarter. This is Rivalry Night on Twitch, presented by APM Music. As you look at that man right there, A.J. Caswell. He's in the offset I formation from his own 14-yard line is what they'll say. And he will throw on first down. Throws to Curtis on the outside. Caught, and he will step out of bounds at the 19. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah. Again, Curtis with a catch, and let's see if Jose Fuentes for Atlanta can get a big sack. This is another 3rd down when I'm expecting AJ Caswell to try to throw the ball. The best play that has worked for Queen City has been probably the big post route to Curtis. So if AJ Caswell drops back into to throw the ball, let's see if Fuentes can make a big sack.
You guys keep talking about food in chat. It's making me hungry. Take a look at Ash Odom, see if he's freaky fast. This will be to the outside. Nope, that's actually going to be Dupree Hudson who's going to grab that ball. It's going to be a first down for Queen City.
Yeah, a beautiful play call by Queen City. You know, I was expecting, honestly, even though it was a 3rd and short, I was expecting probably a big throw, like a long throw. But it was just a simple out route, and Pat Getza was not in possession to make a stand on the ball before he was caught.
241 through the air for A.J. Caswell. That'd be a normal pretty good day, except for the 2 picks he's not very happy about. That's 7 picks in 2 games for that man. Caswell to throw, plenty of time. Throws out of the pocket, and he is not going to be able to complete it to his intended target. I believe that was Hudson on a crossing pattern, as that is Allen who comes up and makes the stop.
And again, you know, we're looking at a little bit of, you know, ineffective offenses, you know, a little bit of drops, not the best passes. And the defenses need to take advantage of it. You know, it's something that we spoke about, Curtis, to start the game. It's like, it's not a question of whether we will see interceptions, it's just how many. And we've seen the possibility of some and a little bit of dropped interceptions as well.
Outside, that is going to be caught by Curtis. Not much to that. He's also going to bowl over somebody on the bench. Look out for the incoming wrecking ball. It is 3rd and 7 as Queen City faces another 3rd down.
Yeah, with another 3rd down, let's see if Queen City does a little bit of the same. You know, we were expecting long, well, at least I was expecting a long throw, but they just hit you with the stop route, or they just hit you with the small out route, and they just with the yak, with the yards after catch, they get the first down.
Caswell the throw, has to move out of the pocket, throws to the outside. Odom's going to try to bust his way through. And everybody in chat's talking about names that are based off of condiments. Everyone remembers, of course, Mustard Bird, DeJon Swan, who has been on a couple different teams of the SFL. So I have to kind of point that out and give him a shout-out based on the subject in chat right now.
Yeah, we've seen Tom Pepper, we've seen Mark Salt, we've seen...
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Punt upcoming for Queen City. Atlanta's going to get the football back. Just started the 4th quarter a little while ago. This is going to get out to LB Allen. He can't break the first tackle he sees and gets taken down at the 29. Marcus Dunhill, this is your time, young fella. Get in there, make a play. Your team needs it.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, this is, you know, you still have a lot of time, and 9:29 left in the game, still a lot of time. You're just down by 2 touchdowns, but you know, you need to score now. You haven't been unable to score since like the beginning of the 2nd quarter, so you need to score now.
And Hollywood's going to get a couple out to the 31-yard line is what they'll say. It's a 3-yard gain for him.
Again, Dowdy with a tackle. And as you said, Curtis, you know, that one safety just changed the complexion of the whole game. And it was St. Dowdy just making that big stop for the safety. Since then, you know, Queen City has looked unstoppable. And also, you know, on defense, they have looked really, really strong.
And Dunhill over the right side, and he missed Siege Falco by what looked like a little more than a foot. And that is a missed throw by Dunhill, I do believe. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Falco ran the wrong route. I mean, that was so bizarre because he was wide open, and it was just a complete miscue by somebody. I mean, it was such a weird play.
In the gun. 3 trips right for the Swarm. That's caught by Falco, and he's got a first down into Queen City territory. First time he's been able to grab one in a little while, and breaks Leroy Jenkins, the cornerback, on that route.
Yeah, it's a fade route, and the corner just did not react to that one soon enough. He got beat at the line of scrimmage, and Nacho Sicario was not there to help his corner. So a great play by Marcus Dunhill to put the ball again in Queen City territory, and now this is where they have to capitalize.
Under center. Offset I formation for Dunhill. 4 on the line, looks to throw, moves up in the pocket, steps up, throws, and a diving attempt across the middle by Falco is not going to bear any fruit. It will be 2nd and 10.
But again, another miscue by Marcus Dunhill on that one. He just overthrew his receiver. I mean, that was a good I will say, 20-yard play that Atlanta was just unable to convert on that one. So, we've seen a Marcus Dunhill who has been, really pinpoint accurate in some plays, but, has overthrown a couple of receivers.
Handoff Hollywood. He's going to try a spin move, but Queen City and Oscar Dunkley that is Zane Doty by name, is not going to have any of that. It will be a tackle on a third down.
And, in a 3rd and 12, this is where Atlanta has been unable to pass the 40-yard line of Queen City. You have been able to move the ball on their own side of the field, but when they get into this situation, it's like, they don't know what to do.
Looks to throw deep left side, and that's picked off. Dunhill's first interception of the game could not come at a worse time, and he is disgusted with himself as he walks to the sideline. Queen City's Oscar Dunkley with his 2nd pick of the ball game.
And, they try to do the fade route again. They try to Falco when he was man-to-man coverage, but, Oscar Dunkley will not get fooled on that one. And it is just, again, as I was saying, they cannot get past that 45-yard line of Queen City.
And it looks like it is going to be Caswell going for the kill here. He's got an empty backfield 5 wide. Looks to throw, pump fake. Got a catch past the first down marker. His receiver is absolutely lit up past the first down. And that is a big move the chains moment for Queen City as they try to put this game away.
Something important, the Queen City's backup wide receivers and tight ends have been able to make the catches, whilst the Atlanta receivers and tight ends backups have been dropping the ball, and that's something that has been very important this game for Queen City.
In the gun is Caswell. Looks to throw, plenty of time. Throws over the middle, and that is going to be caught. Another 9-yard gain. Caswell through the air, just about 270, 2-2 on touchdowns to interception ratio. Dunhill 1-2 on that marker as well. Both those interceptions belong to Oscar Dunkley. Keep the ball away from his side, offset eye.
I think they will run it to the left.
As it's happening, Tony Ramos calls it to the 48-yard line. Try again a little bit earlier, young fella.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's just that formation where they have the tight end and they have the fullback, and I did not like the defensive play call by Atlanta. They had the linebacker on the opposite side of the fullback. And again they do. Let's say if they run it to the right.
Under center.
Nope.
Caswell to the outside. Caught. Curtis. He's got some room to run. Tries to bust through a tackler, but it will be taken down at the 38 as the Queen City Corsairs will move the sticks into Atlanta territory and maybe looking for one more score before this game comes to a close.
Something that Chris Curtis has done very well this game is not only catch the ball, but making the first guy miss. Whether it's breaking a tackle, making a spin move, or just outrunning a defender, is just being able to make the first guy miss.
And Odom's got some room to run, breaks through 2 tackles, and a nice blocking scheme in front of him. He's going to bring him out to the 26-yard line. Odom, very, very close to, I believe, breaking 100 yards in this contest as well as we look at the live stats. That's going to push him up to 85 for the game. So he's gotten close to this point.
Yeah, great blocking scheme and a great job by Ash Odom on staying patient and following his blocks.
Flip backs, hand off to Odom. He's going to get closer to the 100-yard mark. He gets down to the 20-yard line. That's going to add a couple more to his total.
And a great job by the fullback right there, number 23, blocking Aquana Shine, just enough for Ash Odom to run the ball for a first down.
Now to the 20-yard line. Queen City in the red zone again. Caswell, handoff. Odom is going to get swarmed at the line of scrimmage. He will get 1 yard. Now has 94 on the day, and another tackle in the linebacking core for Atlanta.
Aquana Shine on that one, and he's one of the best run stoppers in the SFL, and I'm fully expecting Queen City to run the ball until they either A, score a touchdown, or B, are forced to kick a field goal. There's no way at least, in my opinion, for them to pass the ball and force an interception. I think you have to run this ball and run this clock.
Yeah, no reason not to at this point.
Yeah.
No reason not to, as we just play with just over 4 minutes left in this game. They're going to burn some clock, hand off to Odom. He's got some room to run, and he is going to be very close to the first down. He will get the first down at the 10-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for Queen City.
And Ash Odom is just carving this defense up in this drive, and it's a great job by the offensive line again to just open the entire hole for him. It's just a freeway for Ash Odom to run through, and I think that again in this drive they will live and die. They will run again to the left.
Offset I formation for Caswell. Handoff. Odom. Room to run. 10, 5, and he gets taken down at the 3. 2nd and goal on the other side.
You know, and this is a 2nd and goal where, you know, if you're at expect a couple of runs more, so you know, you're in a tough situation because you're against a good offensive line, and you don't know if Ash Odom will gonna run it to the left, to the right, to the inside. I mean, he's just a full back. He can run it between the tackles and outside the tackles, and you know they are spread out wide. Let's see if they run it to the middle.
They actually could throw here. They've thrown in this formation before. Nope, it is a run. Odom through the middle. I tried to do my best Tony Ramos impression. It was a fail. It will be 3rd and goal at the 1.
You know, it's a good design where you spread them out and you just run to the middle in that strong trap play, because it is basically 5 offensive linemen against 5 players in the box for Atlanta. So in theory, it's something that it should work every time for Ash Odom, but a good play by the defense. Let's see if the quarterback sneak it again. That's the formation.
This is the formation. I could see it. Haven't seen it since the first half. In the gun. It is Scooby Sneak. Is he going to get there? He is not. It'll be 4th and goal. You called it as soon as you saw that formation, and it looks like Atlanta recognized it as well.
Wow, great stop by Atlanta on that one. That forces a field goal, and it's huge, Curtis, because this is still a 2-possession game. I mean, this is just 2 minutes left in the game, but it's not impossible.
No, not indeed. 120 seconds to go in regulation. Queen City at the moment with a 12-point lead, but Atlanta is likely going to get the ball back with at least a shot as we get to the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. SFL's Rivalry Night on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Ricky Matthews trying to make this a 15-point game. Would require a small Atlanta miracle to get this back to even. If he hits this, kick is on the way. It is up, and it is through. He's had nothing but chip shots all day long, and he puts another one through the uprights. I believe that makes him 3 for 3 in this contest on field goals, and they will give the ball back to Atlanta, and the young quarterback Marcus Dunhill has a mountain in front of him.
Right now, more than any other time in this game, they need to have a big return from Allen. Get them in good field possession, probably, you know, at least past the 30-yard line, and try to score quickly. Onside kick, you know.
He's had good returns so far. We'll see if he can add to it. He does not quite get to the 30 to the 29, though. It's at least close. But they need a little something more from him there. Marcus Dunhill back out on the field. Looking ahead to next week as well, the Swarm have a bear of a game, actually a lion of a game in front of them next week. They head to Tallahassee to play against the undefeated Tallahassee Pride. And the Corsairs will welcome the boys from the other side of the pond into Queen City. That'll be a short throw for Dunhill, maybe longer than that. They'll go no huddle as London comes into Queen City next week.
Yeah, I think Marcus Dunhill will go to the jugular on this one. I think he's throwing deep.
Chance for Dunhill. He's going to launch it deep left side. It's overthrown. Dunkley was in the area as well, and Boot Chisholm the intended target.
Yeah, that was a post corner scheme design, Curtis, where obviously you go to the inside, then you go to the outside in a double move, and Oscar Dunkley was not fooled at all on that one. He just, you know, kept his lane, and he was right there and the ball was overthrown, probably for good, because that was, if that ball is on target, probably that would have been intercepted again by Dunkley.
Dunkley, you can't juke that man the way he's been playing this season. This will be outside to Hollywood, trying to get the first down, but he's not going to get there. The ball will go out of bounds and the clock will stop. And it is probably 4th down, go for it time for Atlanta, no matter where they're at on the field at this point. So that is likely going to force the offense to stay out on the field for this.
Yeah.
You
have to go for it.
Yeah.
You just don't have enough time to punt the ball, get a stop, and, then score a touchdown. Also, I mean, this is 4th down territory from here on out. A corner route maybe here.
Possibly thrown over the middle into triple coverage. And that is L.B. Allen, the intended receiver. He could not bring it in. The ball will change hands. Avery King makes a stop.
And that's not a good read.
No.
I think it's safe to say. I mean, this is Avery King. This is Zane Dowdy. This is not just a Cario. I mean, the cheerleaders of Queen City are there.
He really needed they had the running back, BDG Hollywood, who had nobody in front of him. Had an option, just did not use it. So that is going to put AJ Caswell back out on the field. They're going to run the clock down. Hand off Odom, right side, has good room to run. Breaks through a big tackle there, and he will get close, but not to the first down marker. Atlanta takes a timeout.
And Queen City is literally 1 yard away from this is basically on their pocket. However, technically, if Atlanta can make a stop here, they can still call their timeouts. But this is again Ash Odom from here now. They will go and run it left. I think it's gonna be a power out to close this game. To the left.
And the defensive line is lined up to the right. That could be a big problem for Atlanta going forward. It is to the left. Oh, actually through the middle is where he ended up, but it's going to be a first down, so it didn't really matter. Atlanta calls their second of 3 timeouts. And Ash Odom busts through. He's got over 100 yards rushing in this game. In Queen City, as mentioned in chat, they took care of business today. Came in and did work.
Yeah. And this was a play designed to go to the left. However, Ash, beautiful job on reading his blockers, and he cuts it to the inside, sees a hole, and this is something that you get when you have a running back with good field vision. It's like that's probably the biggest attribute that a running back can have. More than speed is just that field vision.
Last time out gone for Atlanta. Victory formation for the Corsairs. They will move to 7-1 as they are 8 games through this 12-game season. On the other side, Atlanta will fall to 4-4. So they will need a big comeback in a big way to get themselves or keep themselves in the playoff race in that Southern Conference. They're in that wild card race for sure as well. Queen City, they are who we thought they were. This is a good team. Atlanta's a good team as well. They've faltered the last couple of weeks though. What do you think Atlanta needs to do to get back on track? They've really tried unleashing Marcus Dunhill today. It just didn't quite work.
I think they just need to be able to convert on third down. We saw so many times on third down that they were unable to convert, even though it was like 3rd and short. It's like they just cannot keep drives alive, and this is something that they need to correct for them to be in the playoff race. They needed to punt the ball too many times.
Well, the Corsairs will be Atlanta fans next week as Tallahassee will greet the Swarm in Pride Rock as the Corsairs will try to run this clock down. Still 3 seconds left 20 seconds left, sorry. Can't read, easy. But yeah, but Queen City will be fans of Atlanta next week as the London Knights come in. London Knights playing better football as well. They can come in and possibly surprise some people with the way they can play on any given night. So SFL is a lot of parity, or a lot of what's that word? Parity. Parity is a good word for it as this game comes to a close. But a lot of competitive parity. Any team can beat any team on any given night.
Yeah, sure can. And this becomes very interesting in the Eastern Conference now that Carolina lost their game, and now that Queen City was able to win again. Now it gets closer in that race for the first place in the Eastern Conference. As far as Atlanta goes, they must win next week against Tallahassee. Tallahassee, as you said, they are undefeated, and they dropped their first game against the Pride. So it's going to be extremely important to see if Atlanta, can come away with the W now in Tallahassee.
Well, that'll do it from Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia, the Hive, the site of rivalry night for this week, as the Queen City Corsairs move to 7-1 against the Atlanta Swarm, who moved down to 4-4. For Ramos Lynn and for Suicide King on stats, I'm Curtis saying goodbye and good night from Atlanta. We will see you tomorrow night for Fan Night on the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. This presentation of the SFL is brought to you by the SFL Network by APM Music. For more information, head over to simulationfl.net. Good night, goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night.